What is up, guys? It is Cage here. Welcome back to episode 6 of my trading journey towards prop firm payouts. Last 3 episodes we took heavy losses and we are on a losing streak of 3 trades. I told myself I had to lock in, I had to start following my strategy, and that's exactly what I did. This is momentum, guys. We took an amazing trade which we realized 4 risk to reward on. This is what brings us back. This is why risk management is so important. We are back in huge profits. This was an amazing trade, so before we go over the technicals, let me go to the Excel sheet and let's see what's going on there. So, looking at this Excel sheet, this was the date I took the trade. I took the trade with 3 contracts, a risk exposure on my account of 0.5%, which is around $250, end result of 1k, which makes it a 4 risk to reward trade. This is what the balance is at right now, and what I had to say about this trade, it was perfect. I followed my rules, I did everything I had to do, I took good profits. So let's go over in the technicals to see what I did that so right. Let's start by zooming out just a little bit, because if we draw in our 1 hour structure, this is our pull towards the downside. And on the Nasdaq, I think candle closing above it is enough. That's what we did here. So that's when order flow changed from making lower lows and lower high to a low, a high, and a higher low towards another higher high. Yes, I finally wasn't trading against the trend. So that's good. Why is this green box here? Well, this was the first place that the buyers went up to, sellers stepped in, the buyers were strong here and pushed the price up. This was all liquidity, so this was your most important piece to hold. That's also where I waited the whole day for an entry. As you can see, we tapped in there, we've made a good SMT with this low, which is so amazing, such a big SMT, so many confluence to look for longs here. And that's exactly what we did. Let's go over to the lower time frame to see what happened there. Looking at the 1 minute, our structure was pointing down. And before we take a trade, we need a structure break towards the top. And that's what we did. We made a high, a low, and that is your higher high. We broke structure. Okay, we can now look for longs. What is our expectation order flow? That is a higher low for another higher high. We did not just place an order in a fair value gap, no. We waited really patiently for more triggers to find. And that's what happened here. We inversed the 2 minute fair value gap, luring in a lot of shorters into the market. So ICT traders, you got wrecked here. Just saying. But that causes a lot of shorters to enter the market. So that makes it interesting for the market makers to go towards that other side. And I think market structure is stronger than your fair value gaps, and that's also what we are seeing right here. After this SMT and after we were building liquidity on these lows, I knew we had to take liquidity on the other side. And that's also where I placed this entry. I placed this entry on this BPR actually, right there. I put the stop loss below the low and I expected to target liquidity, which is what I did here. This is perfect because if we just zoom a bit more forward, we can see this absolutely went down. We took perfect take profits, and that's when the trade is also done. There we go. Perfectly with the run up, perfect expectation to grab that liquidity on the highs. This was amazing. Why didn't I target higher? Well, because we had a bit of market manipulation here, and this is when the first time the seller stepped into the market. That was this whole move, and that's when we got the second move of sellers stepping into the market. So basically retail stop losses, that's what I'm seeing. So that was our final target there. The RR was good, it was at 5 RR. I realized 4 because you take partials before that. So you don't realize 5 RR, but I realized 4, which is still amazing. This was the trade, guys. Let's keep going on this momentum. And if you enjoyed this episode, definitely like, subscribe, comment, and Kitsch is out. I'll see you in the next one.